This actually happened. Somebody hired me, and Brandon went over and explained how much I charge and I'm so expensive and whatever. Somebody actually canceled their payment to me for coaching, and their reasoning was that they didn't think I would do a good job based on what Brandon had said. Coach Greg, and I am here to respond to Brandon Harding's last video, which unfortunately he decided to make a video describing my coaching, but unfortunately it was slanderous, lies, untruths, cherry-picked information, which was done in, I guess, anger to try to discredit my coaching. I was going to even do another response video, but because he attacked me as a coach, not as a person, he could have called me an idiot more. Oh, that's all fine. Don't get along. He doesn't like my coach. All that would have been fine. Cool with that. But you can't be slanderous and make up lies and try to affect my way of making a living. Okay? This is me trying to make money. I mean, he made his video and he's like, Greg cares about money and he cares about men. Yeah. I like making money, guys. I coach to make money. Wow, that's horrible. Plumbers, they don't go to work to make money. School teachers, they don't go to work to make any money. Nope, everyone will go for free. Baseball players, they don't work for money. They play for free. I don't coach for free. Brandon Harding has ads in his videos. I have ads in my videos that earns us revenue. Is that horrible? I don't think so, okay? Does it mean I don't care about you? Zero means that. When I was a school teacher for 11 years, do you think I didn't care about the students I coached, that I taught, just because I was being paid to be there? I coached after hours. I was coach of the year. I won. I coached many sports, volunteered many of my hours. I still had to be paid as a school teacher to do so, okay? So that's irrelevant. The fact that I do want to make money, that is irrelevant. Of course I do. I'm not going to deny that. Now, I really am going to not attack Brandon. I am not going to attack him as a person. If you just came here to watch me go on a tangent about Brandon Harding, and I'm not even going to say it, it's not the video for you. I'm just going to go through and point out the parts that he lied about on purpose to make me look like I don't coach properly. Because I watched his video, I was literally at the gym lifting weights, and at one part I dropped the weight on the ground and started laughing in anger at how slanderous and absolute lies that were being spewed from his mouth, okay? So I'm not going to get mad and angry, and I'm going to point out and explain why it was a lie and what the truth is. I'm going to prove it. I have his plan in front of me. And I'm going to explain how my coaching actually works. Okay, so thankfully, Brandon Harding, he took the video down. I mean, when so many people are commenting, my clients who I coach watch his video, and they went on his wall, and they're making comments saying, that's not his plan at all. So, do you guys really think that I coach Brandon less than everybody else? People, like maybe he was thinking he'd get special treatment. I treat every single client the same. They're all the same. They all pay to get the best quality service, and I give you that. Everybody. All of you get that same quality service. Do you think that I'm just going to give you, here's how many calories you can eat in a day. Here's some recipes. Enjoy. Fill your boots. That's literally what he was saying that I was doing. He didn't actually say fill your boots. He used some other term. He took his video down, luckily, but 50,000 people watched it first, and there was probably several hundred that actually believed it. Because when you cherry pick information and you flash something on the screen and you delete the other 12 lines and you delete the entire section that says how to eat and whatnot, and you post the calories at the bottom, the summary of the entire plan, and say, oh, that's what I got, it looks bad. Look bad. He's very sneaky, this guy. It was very sneaky, okay? But it was lies. It's not. It's cherry-picking information. Okay, so let's get into this. So how do I coach people? All right, so Brandon's plan, it's on my screen. And I'm not going to just show you the whole plan because it would just copy-paste the whole thing. At least Brandon was respectful enough to just post my entire plan and make me have to sue him in court and the whole garbage. It would have been bad. It's not good. Like, we don't do that. So he had 42 pages is his total plan. 42 pages. Okay. So the first part is a questionnaire. So my plan is 35 questions on a questionnaire. What do you like to eat? What do you not like to eat? What's your favorite body part? Weaknesses? Are allergic to food? How long can you go in the gym? How long can you train? How much time commitment do you have? Foods you won't eat, foods you like. Are you allergic to things? And all that stuff. Okay, a lot of information. So I get that whole thing, 35 questions. Usually takes clients an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, 4 hours. They fill it out and they send it back to me. So in all, his ended up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 pages in total with his writing in all. Okay, some people it's 8 and some people it's less. Okay, it depends how much information you give me. Then under each question I read it, and I'm not gonna share any private information of any client with anybody. Okay, that doesn't happen. Okay, I'm never gonna. I sometimes talk about clients in videos, but I don't name names and no one's gonna know anyone. So it's all anonymous. It's like I'll say Joe Schmo or Grandma Josephine said. So you're not going to know that. So no one's going to get, I'm not going to divulge supplements that people take and all that. That's confidential. I keep that confidential, all my clients. So don't ever worry about that, okay? I go through every question and I write comments. So they might say, yeah, my favorite healthy food is ice cream. And he didn't say that. I'm making this up. And so I would say, geez, ice cream isn't really considered a health food. My favorite healthy food is rice cakes. I get that one a lot. That's not really so healthy. My favorite healthy food is rice cakes with peanut butter and jam. I get that one a lot. And I write comments and explain things. It's like, what are your goals? I want to put on 15 pounds of muscle in the next 4 months natural. I'll be like, you're an idiot. I literally call clients that even hire me idiots and more. I'll be like, there's no way you're gaining 15 pounds of muscle natural. I don't even care if it's newbie games in 4 months. I get people with crazy goals. I'm like, dude, lower these goals. And I'm very upfront and important. So then after that, this is what your plan is going to be. And this is Brandon's plan. Anabolic kitchen recipes. Boom. French toast blueberry pancakes. That was the first one. Light French toast blueberry pancakes. Open face hot hamburger and chicken. And then I have all these different things. I'm not going to go through every single. This is the recipe section, okay? This is a section that is foods that you eat. It's not your diet plan. It's a recipe section. It's like, how do you make it? So there's pastas here I'm going through. Microwave stuff. Pizza recipes. How to make healthy pizzas. Pancakes. Various pancakes. Stir fries and protein bars, like my homemade Score protein bars that are so amazing. I've got like several different kinds. You don't have to make that kind. You can make a different kind. Protein cookies. Man, there's a client that sent me that yesterday and it was like mind blown. Can't believe I can eat this. Protein cookies. It's very complicated. That's a tough one to make. It's not very easy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ingredients. You gotta be kind of like more chefy. Like I experiment a lot to make that recipe. It took me a lot of work. Most of my recipes are very easy, like 5 ingredients or less, like quick and easy. Because I know you guys don't got time for all this, but it's in there. A couple of things are a bit more complicated. Protein, apple protein, pancakes, banana protein, pancakes, apple goop. I need to make that video. Man, that stuff's good. You protein puddings and cottage PB2 Delight. I had a YouTube video on that one. Protein brownies like the lava cake. And then protein shakes. There's a whole bunch of protein shakes. There's like 20. Tons of them. And then he made a point. Let's get into this. Because he's like, oh, it wasn't custom made. He had girls' recipes on my plan. Well, geez, that doesn't sound very custom made. Why would he have girls' recipes on my plan? I literally gave him my entire recipe book. It's not like a book. It's like 21 pages. It's like 21 pages. One of them, 4 of them had the word girls in. Now it's 2020. I need to update it. Gender neutral. One of my buddies wrote and said, Greg, man, you got to change the name of that recipe, the girls, and call it gender neutral. So one of the recipe things on the list, which he was trying to say, it's not custom. Can you believe this? It says 220 to 230 calorie, 220 to 230 low calorie girls Greek protein pudding shake. Man, I got to work on the title. It's not so catchy. So why did it say girls? It's because it had 220 to 230 calories. And none of the guys' meals on my plans ever have that low of a calorie, so I called it girls so that more girls would eat it. Doesn't mean a guy can't eat it. So, for example, I might, on some people's plans, put oatmeal plus a 220 to 230 calorie girls' Greek protein pudding shake. So they're eating the protein, the oatmeal with the girls' shake. It should be called gender neutral because that's not really professional of me to call it girls. It should be called lower calorie Greek because there's a higher calorie one and I called it guys. Not really fair because some girls eat more calories than some guys. So I apologize for that, people. I'm working on it. I'm going to change it in the future. Thank you, Brandon, for pointing that out. That there's recipes that say girls and it shouldn't really be done. So that's true. But it's not that the plan is for girls. It's just that the name isn't cool. But remember, this is not on his plan. This is in the recipe book. And when he hired me, I coached him. I knew he had a girlfriend, and oftentimes I'll remove some of the recipe. Like that's the whole recipe book. Sometimes I'll narrow it down. Like I have a lot of couples that hire me and they get the whole thing, and sometimes it's just girls, and I'm not going to give them this mega high protein calorie drink that they could never eat, unless sometimes they could. Depends how it works, right? So I thought, well, maybe she'll try it, and why not give them the whole recipe? Why hold back on them here? Why not just include it? It's not going to be any harmful. It's just copy paste. It's 21-page recipe book. It's literally copy paste. It's not a lot of work. I don't retype the whole thing. So it's literally click, drag the button, and I'm not good with technology. I can do this. Click, drag the button, copy, paste, and that's in your program. And it goes through the whole list. So there's some that say guys sweet Greek chocolate protein pudding shake, 340 calories. It's very good. Like that one. I often on a diet will eat the girls one. But I got to change the name. Gender neutral, low calorie. You're going to switch these names up. There are 26 different wrap options on my plans. I love wraps. You guys like wraps? Yeah, I'll get 26 different options of wraps. Does it mean you need to eat all 26? No. I literally have 3. Out of all those bunches, I always eat the same 3. I like the same 3. You can pick and choose, but it's in your plan. This is the recipe section. I haven't even gotten to your diet plan yet. And then I list out some internet websites that you can order some of these foods from because it makes it easier for your life. You just Google, send it. You can go on eBay, Amazon, okay? Then I write the next section, how to follow your diet plan. Woof. And he showed the first 2 lines. There are 14 points on that. And he said, this is what I got. Choose whichever meal you want in the category. And it's like, what? But he doesn't go through the entire thing that explains stuff like the meat is measured cooked. The rice is how it's measured, in details, explaining it, explaining everything. I'm not going to give you all the secrets right here. It explains everything. I'm looking at it. It's his plan. I'm scrolling through. It includes how to do a cheat meal, how to combine meals into... It's all there for living a normal life, for dieting, not dieting, bulking, whatever. I make the plan happen for you. It's different based on the person, the calories, and all this stuff. It's custom made. Then we go into his plan. October 18 meal plan. So obviously we know I started coaching him on October 18. Brandon Harding, 5 regular meals plus 1 optional snack if hungry. That's what he had.
Basically sent me a glorified recipe book that he sends me to every single one of his clients. The only thing he told me to do was to hit a certain amount of calories with the meals that I had to choose from the plan myself to basically create my own plan. When I specifically told him from a coaching standpoint, I like to be told exactly what to eat, when to eat it, and how many grams of each ingredient I'm meant to consume.
It is a absolute lie. I don't like it when people lie about me and make up lies about me. That was slanderous lies about me. Meal 1, a.m. If Brandon's watching this, it says a.m. After that, it says, should be within 60 minutes of waking up. Is that not clear? That's not giving any direction on what to do. Should be within 60 minutes of waking up. So what if he woke up at 8 a.m.? What time do you think he should eat? Let's say this was your plan, what would you do? Within 60 minutes of waking up. And I go through all these plans with all my clients. So anyone that has questions, boom, they ask me, what time should I be eating breakfast? Meal 2, p.m. I even had the p.m. in there. The next part says it's about hours apart, or whenever you're hungry or have time to eat, it's okay if it's 1 hour earlier or later. It literally says that. I'm going through his meal handling here. It's 2 pages long, okay? He had 58 options here. He had a lot of options on what he could choose. I highlighted some, maybe these were more important. I put in bold some that I thought he would enjoy the most. I kind of handpicked the ones based on his questionnaire that he said he liked certain foods. I often will do that for, clients will be like, hey man, I really like avocado or guacamole, and then you might see it in your plan and blah, blah, blah. So he's saying it wasn't custom made, that you could get it on bodybuilding.com. No, you can't. It's a complete lie. This is not even close to bodybuilding.com. So it has meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need to get into details on that. It says what time to do anything. It says what time to do each of the meals. He said I didn't do that. That is a lie. Brandon lied. Don't like it when people lie. Notice he made the video and he took it down an hour after posting it. Why do you think that? Well, it's illegal to actually slander somebody. You can't make up a lie about somebody. You can't say something that's utterly untruthful about their business and how they make a living. I can't make up some lie. Let's say another coach is in competition with me, like they're a really good coach. Coach John is better than Coach Greg. And I say, Coach John stole money from me and cheated and copied and got my wife pregnant and this and that and stole and did a bunch, and I make it all up and everyone's like, boycott Coach John, that person's a horrible human being. Can't do that, it's slander. I watched Judge Judy. You guys watch my video, How My Morning's Life? Judge Judy, I learned all this stuff on Judge Judy, and she says a zero, not a lot of times, 6 or 7. I know it's not legal to do that, so he did that. Not cool. So let's get into this more. Okay, so he just said, he showed at the bottom, calorie range, 3,060 to 4,060. The average of that is 3,560 calories. And he gets to have up to a 250 calorie optional snack if he wants. Why is that there? That is so that I, Coach Greg, when I adjust a person's calories, know how many calories the ranges that they're eating. So let's say he wasn't losing any weight and was trying to lose weight. I would look at that and be like, 4,000 on the top. That's a lot of food. I'm going to redo his plan and decrease the calories in all the higher end meals. I'm going to keep those low ones there because that's fine. I'm going to lower the calories so that it makes sense. He doesn't need to see that. He said, don't do macros. I'm against macros. I refuse to do macros. Macros is BS. You don't need to count macros. I don't care if it's more fat, more protein, carbs, every single plan. I tell you what to eat in the plan. The plan is very specific. Nobody that follows this plan could possibly be eating not enough protein. It's impossible. It's designed in such a way that I take the guesswork out of it. All you have to do is follow it. All you have to do is literally pick the option and follow. I'm going to go through a few options. I'm going to show you how easy it is and how Brandon could not have possibly messed up and how he lied. So he made it look like, okay, so he told me to eat 3,500 calories, no lower than 3, no higher than 4, and to just follow that recipe book, and I just had to make my diet. That sounds horrible. That sounds like he put no work into it. Let's see if I had no work into it. I made this custom made from scratch. It has 58 options. It took me 4 days to make this plan for Brandon. I didn't charge him for it. That he's right. Well, why didn't I charge him? Well, Brandon, I offered to coach him for free. Brandon didn't want to be coached for free. I said, I'm not charging you. He offered to pay me. He did. True story. He was going to pay me. I said, no, you don't have to pay me. But he didn't want to be seen as like getting a handout. Because that's cool. I think that I can respect that. That's great of Brandon. So I said, look, if I could coach you and I can get you a pro card, don't you think that I'm going to get more business? For me, it was a financial win-win. I got to coach this cool dude. I thought he was cool. I'd met him in person later, and I chatted with him on the phone, you know, dozens of times. For hours we've spoken on the phone. I liked him a lot. I liked him on the point that he posted that I was a horrible coach, and then he started lying. And then I didn't like him so much. You know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe he'll be nice after all, in the long run. He said that I said that one, like rice, 200 calories. And I didn't say the macros or the grams or the weight of it or the cups and how much, just the calories. And that he had to go through, like, he had to spend all this time, like days of work on MyFitnessPal, Googling stuff and looking up all this work. That would be horrible. If I did a plan like that, I would be like, Greg is the worst coach ever. I got his plan and I didn't know what to do, and I had to spend all day on and I had to get my girlfriend who had a 4.0 GPA to explain to me how many grams of rice I needed to eat. I didn't say anything. Let's look at the plan. Let's see if it didn't say that. Let's see. Are you ready? Meal 1. Meal 1 is listed A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. It goes from the letters A to T. Meal 1. Meal 1 to me is considered breakfast. So in breakfast, it says meal 1, it's highlighted. It has between 580 and 700 700. It has, meal 1 is 580 to 700 calories. Okay, that's his range because it's a custom plan. I know all you guys who are watching this are thinking, oh yeah, you just copied and pasted this. Yeah. How many of you have meal 1 letters A to T, 580 to 700 calories? A zero of you. Because it's custom made just for you, Brandon. I spent all the time for you. Even though you thought it was a bodybuilding.com program, it was custom made and I spent all this time on you because I cared about you just as much as I cared about all my other clients. The ones I'm still coaching, still have clients who are still being coached by me. So let's see. Let's see. Do I not tell you how much to have? Meal 1. Take notes, guys. You're going to get some free information. This is meal 1 on your plan. On Brandon's plan. 90 grams, 1 cup dry oatmeal, 330 calories. How many of you think that you need to go on MyFitnessPal to figure out how much oatmeal to have? Do you want 90 grams of it? So if you weigh it on a scale, I didn't add this up after. This is on his plan. I don't know how you can prove it, whatever. I'm not making up. You guys know me. Do I lie about this kind of stuff? No, I'm looking at his plan right here. 90 grams, and it's not grams, it's G, just so I'm very, transparent. 90 G. So maybe you didn't know G stood for gram. But if you don't understand something, ask me a question. I answer all questions, okay? If it's a paying client, I don't care how stupid the question, you're paying me to tell you everything. I'll tell you anything. That's what you're paying me for. I answer all your questions. 90 grams, 1 cup dry oatmeal, 330. Plus 2 scoops of protein, 240. So what does that mean? So that's 2 scoops of protein for 240 calories. So maybe your protein is like, each scoop is 130 calories. Well, then maybe you need to just put a little bit less because I wanted about 240. But it's okay if it's 250. 20 calories, give or take, doesn't matter. Because remember, the meal category is 580 to 700 calories. As long as you're in that range of that meal, it's fine, okay? And then, okay, so 2 scoops of protein and 1 serving of fruit. And it says 100. You're like, well, what's that? That's going to be something you have to look up MyFitnessPal. Well, what is a serving of fruit? Well, it's 100 calories worth of fruit. So, scroll back on page 15 on his plan. 100 calories, 1 serving of fruit is. Here it is, guys. You want to write it down? He could have had 330 grams of watermelon. I put them in order of low calorie dense to high calorie dense so that you know which ones are the most filling. You know about, you guys watch all my videos and learn. This is why I do this. Watermelon, 330 grams. Or he could add cantaloupe, strawberries, or melon, 300 grams of that. That's what he gets to have for his breakfast. With that oatmeal and that protein, that's his meal, okay? Or he could add peaches, nectarines, 250 grams. He could add grapefruit, 240 grams. Orange, 210 grams. Pineapple, 200 grams. I'm going to fast forward down. Apple, blackberries, blueberries, pears, champagnes, mango, cherries, grape banana, avocado, 60 grams. Do you need MyFitnessPal, or could you just look up the chart that's right here on page 15? If you didn't know where the chart was, hi, Coach Greg. How much is a serving of fruit? Hey, Brad. On page 15, 1 large serving of fruit, 100 calories, is watermelon, 330 grams. So for that meal, which one do you want to eat? I like blueberries, Coach Greg. Okay, you're going to have 180 grams of blueberries. Does that sound like the complicated diet plan that no one can follow? Does it sound like you need a 4.0 GPA to figure that out? Or does it seem like I made this very simple and made it so anyone can do it? And if you don't know how to do it, I explain it. Okay, so that's just one example. Let's go through another example because he literally pointed this one out. Option 39. So on his plan, it went from 1 to 58. How many of you have that exact plan, 1 to 58? Zero of you, because I custom made his freaking plan. What does it say for option 39? 115 grams of salmon, or 130 grams extra lean steak or ground beef, or 155 grams extra lean ground turkey or chicken, 180 grams chicken or turkey, or 230 grams of haddock, cod, or shrimp. Total calories in that was 230. So you pick one of those. Brandon likes salmon. 115 grams of salmon. That's going to be part of his meal. Next part. 1.5 cups of rice. But Brandon, you just said that Greg said that you just said the calories and that you had to look up on MyFitnessPal how many grams that was. But yet it just says right here, 1.5 cups of rice. Did you lie? Did you make that video for drama? Did you do it to discredit me? Did you do it to try to get back at me? Did you do it so people wouldn't hire me? That's the question. You made the video and you took it down. Did you take it down to be a better man, to be the bigger man? And then make some apology video I haven't even watched? Or did you make the video because you're mad because I made a video explaining the real reasons that you didn't hire me? Watch the video. I spoke the truth. Next part of that meal says, or, because you don't need rice. I don't want rice today. Or you can have 340 grams sweet or any potato. Sweet potato or regular potato, 340 grams. So Brandon, do you have to look up on MyFitnessPal how many grams of potato to eat? Is it cooked or not cooked? Guess what? It's in the description if it's cooked or not cooked. I'm not even going to tell you. It's in the description, guys. If you hire me, you just read it and you're going to know if it's cooked or not cooked, 340 grams. Brandon's in the off season. He's eating a little bit more food than most people don't get to eat that much. It's quite a bit of food, okay? A lot of people do, but not everybody. Plus 1 serving of vegetables, 100. Oh, I need MyFitnessPal for that. Let's go to page 15. You guys learning? Do I sound like that guy that didn't hire me? Are you watching this video so that you'll now hire me because you thought my plan was going to suck because you watched Brandon Harding's video? Maybe he's in the mood for onions. I've liked a lot of onions lately. 250 grams of onions he could have. I'm not in the mood for onions. I'd rather have corn. 120 grams of corn. Now, I'm really, really hungry. I'm looking for a more low-calorie, dense food item. Lettuce, cucumber, 600 grams. Asparagus, 500 grams. Spinach, 450 grams. Or I'm Brandon Harding and I want to suffer and I want a boring diet. I want broccoli, 300 grams of broccoli. You can eat a boring diet, and so he went over that. No, I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not like a lifestyle client. I don't eat protein ice cream and French toast and all that crap. I just want a boring diet. You get to choose the meal you want. So if Brandon only wanted boring meals, he could eat salmon and broccoli and rice 4 times a day if he wanted to. What am I going to say? I mean, he has options to do that. It's not complicated. Is that the only options for this? No. I have another option. Let's go to number 44. 270 grams of elk. Geez, he's got even elk on his plan. 360 grams of haddock, cod, shrimp, or tilapia. Man, I'm into that boring food. I'm going to have 360 grams of tilapia. You can also have salmon. I got tempeh. I probably pronounced it wrong. I have tofu in there. Maybe he wants to be in vegan mood today. Greg, can you coach vegans? Does it look like I can coach vegans? I have vegan options right in the meal plan for Brandon in case he wants to eat. Does he have to choose that? No. 1 cup of rice. So see, he's got more calories in the meat section, fish section, we'll call it protein section, because he's got less in the carb section. So do we need to meet a certain macro? No, because if you eat more protein, you eat less carbs. If you eat less carbs, you eat more protein. You eat more carbs, you could eat less fat. If you eat more fat, you eat less carbs. Balances out. Calories in, calories out, deficit, surplus, blah, blah, blah. Let's do a dance. Man, does it make sense? Some other meal things on his plan here. He's got nuts. He's not dieting, he's not hardcore. But let's look at this salad here. Large spinach salad. It says how many grams of chicken. It says how much grams of spinach or mushroom, whatever. It says how many tablespoons of dressing and the calorie range for the dressing. It says he can choose goat cheese if he wanted, or he could go with the avocado or guacamole even in this salad, because in his custom-made request, he really said he liked avocado. So why not include it in his plan? Well, it's custom, so I made it according to that. And he had allowable cheat meals. So some of you are watching, that's not on Greg's plan. He doesn't allow that. Cheat meals allowed, 4 per week max, up to 1,000 calories on the cheat meal. If you have the cheat meal, skip the meal you would have ate instead, and do not have the optional snack on that way as well. Because he has this optional snack in case you're extra hungry. Because some days you're hungrier than others, guys. You don't need to eat the same boring food all the time. And there's more danger. And I go through myths. I post about myths. I say what to do if his weight goes up too fast and too slow. And that I will adjust calories if he's getting fatter and stuff. Does it look like I'm a bad coach? Does it look like I don't care? I watched Brandon, I follow him on his Instagram, and he posts his updates and pictures. And I'm like, oh, he's doing really good. I don't need to message him. He's doing really good. It says at the bottom of my plan, and he does admit to this, that it says the onus is on the athlete to contact the coach to send in weekly check-ins to tell them how they feel, how things are going, if they want changes to be made, if they're happy with the program. All my clients know that and get that. And if they are not happy, that's what I do. That's why I work 14 hours a day, because all my clients write me and I don't wait a week to get back to them like other coaches. I'm getting twitches. I'm holding back trying to say anything negative, just telling it like it is to defend my coaching. We don't need to go into the training plan because he didn't say anything negative about my training plan. So that's good. Okay? I describe training. So if you hire me, get a custom-made training plan. It might be 2-day split, 3-day split, 4-day split. It might be 4 days a week. It might be an hour a day. It might be an hour and a half a day. It might be 75 minutes a day. It might be 35 to 45 minutes. I had one client that needed that. So you get a custom training plan. Supplements. He said he was really happy with the supplement. So thank you, Brandon, for being honest that the supplement planning did work. Brandon gained 15 pounds. He said so in the video during this plan, which started on October 18. Was it all 15 pounds of muscle? No, there was a little bit of water retention, a little bit of fat. But was he mostly muscle? Yes. Was it good quality weight? Yes. Does he look good? Yes. Do I think my coaching worked? Yes. Do I think that Brandon couldn't have made any gains without me? No. What did I say in my last video? I literally said, it's the athlete that makes the coach, not the coach that makes the athlete. The athlete is the one that follows the plan and does all the work and eats the food and does the training. I explain in detail. It's not that I'm the Mr. Perfect coach. The athlete has to follow the plan and do all the work. So if an athlete gets a pro card, it's not just like, oh, it's all glory to me because I coached him. It's I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to work with this gifted athlete, which Brandon is, a gifted athlete who I still think will make his pro debut next year because I still think he's going to get his pro card with his new coach because I don't think he needs me to get a pro card. I think his current coach is perfectly capable and he's very happy with him and that's great. I'm very disappointed that he chose to go this route in getting his coach. All he had to do was say, hey, Greg, I don't like the way that the plan is. The supplement plan's great, the training's good, but like, I want a guy that's just going to call me every day and check up on me and see how I'm doing. I want that in a coach because he said that about his new coach, Caleb. Checks him out every day, calls him, how you feeling and good and all that stuff. I don't do that with any of my clients, guys. I treat all my clients exactly the same, from the Brandon Hardings to the 58-year-olds that just want to lose weight. All get the same treatment. I'm not going to chase you down and ask for your questionnaires and how you feeling and the whole. I'm not a babysitter like that at all. I tell it like it is, okay? So I'm not going to talk about anything else and all the drama that's going behind the scenes. Not getting into any of it, okay? Wishing Brandon the best. Hope he can get through all of this. I had to just make this video to defend my coaching because I'm a good coach. And when I'm losing business, and Brandon in his video said how much I charge for coaching, it's not cheap. It's a lot. He's like, oh my God, how can anyone pay for this? The prices are where they are because I have such demand that I only have so many hours in a day. And if the prices were more like, say, half price of what they are now, guess what would happen? I wouldn't be coaching you. I would hire some secret person to do it. So one of the things, I'm going to just give you some personal information. One of the things Brandon really respected about me is he suggested, Greg, why don't you just get like somebody to do the plans for you like most coaches? Like, Brandon, I will never do that. I coach all my clients, me. I do all the plans myself. I care about my clients. When you hire Coach Greg, you want Coach Greg. You want the guy that calls you an idiot and whatever. That's the one you want. You don't want the guy that Greg hired to do the plan for you. When you purchase a phone consult, you're talking to me and I'm explaining it to you the way I do. Not some guy that I handpicked that has a PhD or whatever. I'm the one on the phone. So Brandon had a lot of respect for that. And it was in fact one of the reasons he said into why he did hire me. It is. I don't make any of this stuff up. Okay, so I coach people. I would never hire somebody to do the plans for them. These are custom made by me. A lot of people have suggested, why don't you just do this? You make so much more money. I could make way more money, triple the money. If I hired a couple of people to do all these plans and lower the price point down a little bit so it's more affordable, because maybe 1 in 20 people can hire me and afford me right now. I know my prices are not cheap. I admittedly admit the prices are not cheap. But the surface is what it is. Law of supply and demand. You get what you're paid for. I'm making life-changing diet plans here. So I'm not going to say his name, but he did give me permission to do this as a testimonial for my website. So I'm going to read this, but I'm not going to say his name because he didn't really give me permission to read it on the air, so I don't want to say that. But thank you so much for the advice on our call. I listened to everything you said and did what you recommend, and I'm seeing results already, and it's been a week. My cardio has improved, and so has my form. I will definitely purchase another phone call in a month to update you on my progress. Again, thank you so much. I really appreciate your advice. And then I wrote perfect, and I said, would it be okay if I use the exact text on my website for coaching? And he said, yes, of course. So thank you to this anonymous guy who's it's going to be on the website. So that's just an example of what you can get from a phone call. And he wrote, no problem. Thank you for giving good and honest advice. A kick in the ass is the best way for me to improve. Then I had another client, and he showed me a picture of the protein bar recipe. He's like, dude, you should sell these. Why are you giving out the recipe with like all these crying faces? This is gold. Just so happy like he tried the new recipe that I had on my plan. Dude, I'm sorry I keep sharing this stuff with you, but this is insane. I can't believe we're eating this and losing weight. It's a picture of the protein cookie recipe. This is what a former client of mine who was coach said, and I'm not going to give it away, but this guy is really good. Very, very shredded, and he won a national title. I don't want to give too much. I'm not going to say his exact name, but he's awesome. Amazing. Is one of the best coaches in the world, and his plan was literally one of the most simple things you have ever seen, and your plan was way, 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 way better than his. Mine is way, 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 way better. I think there's 4 ways, okay? He says, yeah, Greg, that's just how coaching is. I have some clients that are absolutely awesome. They listen to instructions, they follow their plans, and they're happy. And I have other clients that will come up with whatever BS excuse they can to not succeed. That's the way coaching works, okay? So my plan is amazing. And am I the world's best coach? Arguably. Am I the world's best coach for every single person? Definitely not. 0% chance. I am not for everyone. If you want somebody to message you every day and ask you how you're doing, not me. If you want the coach to just tell you look good all the time because you need positive reinforcement, you need a good body image and all that stuff, not me. If you want to hear the truth, what your real body fat percentage is, if you're cheating and you want me to call you out on it, this is the guy. This is me. I do not do one-on-one coaching in the gym, as in I am not a one-on-one personal trainer. I do not like doing drill sergeant training. I'm more of a mind coach. I am not a, come on, give me 5 more reps. What's with you? No, I'm more like, let's see how hard they're going to go. Okay, the set was over. How hard do you think you push yourself there? All out. It looked like you had 2 more reps to me. What do you think about your form on that set? Yeah, you're right. Your eccentric was really, really, really quick, and you were just letting the weight fly. You need to like control and really feel the weight on the way up. Mind-muscle connection, feel that. Let's not get injured. Let's not use the stretch. I just explain things like that. That's how I coach, okay? So, what do? I have weekly client reports. They check in with me, and then I write back. We change cardio, we change the diet, we change the training plan, we change the supplement plan based on results, based on need. Some clients are a nightmare. Some are very easy. Competitors are way more challenging than non-competitors. If you're a current client and you're a competitor, doesn't mean that I'm talking about you. I'm talking about half of you. So probably the next person. Some of them are bad. They probably know that they're bad, and they're so demanding, and it's tough. But mind you, they're going through hell because they're prepping for a show to get to incredibly low body fat levels, and I'm known to coach people to get absolutely shredded. And so these people are not living the easy life. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's hard work. It's very hard. So I'm in there, and I'm giving them the best advice to eat the best way, to not be hungry, to try to have energy, and what are we going to do? And it's constantly challenging. It's a lot harder than the person that's 50 pounds overweight, and all they have to do is eat somewhat healthy, and they start losing weight, and it's easy. It's a lot harder for the contest prep person that's at 8% body fat trying to get to 5 than it is if you're 45% body fat trying to get to 30. It just is. So whatever. So anyway, subscribe, click the bell button. Now you're up to date. No more videos about Brandon. No more. This was a video to explain my coaching. I hope you understand that I just totally said what Brandon said wasn't accurate. The 50,000 of you who watched it, it wasn't true, okay? This was the truth. This is how I coach. Now you know the rest of the story and the true story. And watch another video up here because you love my videos. You want to see more. If you made it this far on this long video, you must like what I do. Watch this video over here as well. 2 choices. That one or this one. GregDoucette.com for coaching because, man, you just watch a whole video about how I coach. Maybe now you want to hire me or have a phone consult. Hire me. Come on, GregDoucette.com. It's not free, though. Not free. And Greg Doucette, IB Pro, Instagram. Follow me there. And until next time, I am out.